Alrighty. Let me close this thing. I don't need you no more. And I think we're good to go. My mic is good, I think. Using the correct one. Cool. Alright then, guys, welcome back to another stream here today. Or if you're watching this in the future, welcome to another video. I hope you guys have been doing great and wonderful on this day. Cool. Alright, so let's see where we're gonna start off today. So in the last stream, we ended up starting working on the squirrel, right? I don't know if we ever touched the bone on the skelly. I don't know if we ever touched that in the last stream, but I know we were working on the squirrel for it to like walk towards a tree or nearby tree and be able to pick up that bone, or for the time being it can be a bone until I'll add like a twig or something, and then bring it back to where it spawned at. And I haven't touched it since then. I've been really busy, so we're gonna start off where we left off in the last stream. But yeah, I've been busy. I actually woke up, I went to sleep late last night at like a 1 a.m. and I was about to not stream today just because it's still kind of feels kind of sleepy still, but you know, it is what it is. I woke up anyway and I'm here. Hopefully my brain is right there to do the things I need to do today here on the stream, so we'll see how it goes. It is too early. All right. So let's run the testing and see where we stand right now. Let's run the testing. Alright, so then we have the squirrel over here. It's roaming around. Where are you going? Why are you going all the way over here? Did you break this time? No, I may end up enabling their path, debugging visually, just to see where it's going. You know what? It's probably going towards one of these tree trunks here. Never mind. It's all good. Let's see if it picks up the bone. Yeah, there's no bone this time. There was a bone last time, remember? Right before we ended the stream. But this guy doesn't have the bone, so let's pause it real quick and let's see what's up and what happened there. Alright, we got our testing. We go to Y sorts, tile map, environments. We got the squirrel, and then there's the skelly bone. But the position is here. It's strange because the position is -296. It's weird though because I ended up setting it to 0 right here. When it does the action, spawns the skelly bone, reparents it, and then sets the position to 0, 0. Is there any other parameters in here? But this is not a vector 2 saying I still don't know what the other thing's for. I'm pretty sure I should set it to false or something. Alright, so let's set it to false and see what happens. Weird. And it's actually not setting it to 0, even though I'm telling it to go to 0 right after. It could be how do you say, maybe not global, but maybe, is there another local position here? Here's position maybe? Let's try position and see what that happens here. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so it shows one of these trees over here. Oh, there we go. Picked up the bone. I see it. It's right on top of all the trees though. But I mean, it's not going to be using the scaling bone at any time. So cool. So that worked. All right. All right. So one thing is I would like to change it so that it's not in the center of the body, but it's close to its mouth. Every time I stream, my nose gets weird, man. It's crazy. Like one of my nostrils gets clogged up, and so it's hard to speak. It's so weird. I was just fine before the stream. Maybe because I'm looking up. But anyway, I want to be able to move the bones from the center of its body because it doesn't look. It just looks weird, right? So I'd like to change it so it's near its mouth. So let me see, how can I handle that case or handle this? It does the action. Maybe we can do something with so this script in here, it picks up some object, but depending on who has the script, because maybe a different animal has it, or maybe a person has this action where they can pick up an object, it's not going to be in the mouth all the time. So I'm trying to figure out a case where I can choose where to attach it to. How would I handle that case right now? If I were to go to agents, because they all show here from agent anyway. We have a hands node for those that are going to be using hands. I can also put a mouth if I wanted to. How do I choose which one to choose when it comes to attaching? There's something to think about. Let me see. On ready. We can put var. Or actually, you know what? Let's add one actually. Let's go to a squirrel. We got this base, and in here we can add the node to D, which is just gonna be the location of the mouth, and we can move that over to where, you know, where the mouth can be at, which just can be like around here or something, right? I put it at 10, put it at 8. I'll leave it there for the mouth. Alright, so there's the mouth, right? You can put a node here. I like putting node in it. How do I tell it what to attach to? If I were to do some type of, let's say I call agent class and say attached to, can I do something with the parameter in here? Oops. I think so. You know, let's do this for now. I don't like really using strings all the time, but we'll use strings for now. Let me say attached to, put a string, and I'll leave it as an empty string, or it could be mouth. I think alright, so why are you crying? Can I find types? Oh, it's capital S in here. There we go. And we can say attached to here. And move all this stuff somewhere else. Oops. And passing the node 2D in here. So let's create that function then. Where can I put you? Put you down here. I don't remember if I put a an underscore in the beginning or not. Alright, so let's paste this in here for now. And in here we can do, I don't like doing this all the time, but let's say if mouth, if attach equals mouth, then we'll reparent it to the mouth node. Set position 0. It's such a node. And do an else if attach equals hands. It could be actually an enum. I think that'll probably be way better. And that'll be the hands node. And if else, it's like nothing matches it for whatever reason, we can just reparent it to itself. That's like a fallback. Okay. Oh, it's elif, huh? There we go. I think so. I think that should kind of do it. I think if I come back and fix it, would be to fix this to not be a string and maybe be a enum instead. That I can expose on top or something. Save all scenes. All right. I think so. That can do it. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's see if the bone gets attached on its mouth. Go, squirrely, go. Oh, there we go. It's attached in its mouth. Excuse me. All right. Sweet. All right, cool. So that works. There's just one issue that I need to do. Is that the bone is a separate entity, right? So when the squirrel despawns, the squirrel despawns with the bone, but the bone should be despawning on its own. Otherwise, it can be still attached to the squirrel because I'm using a pull. I'm using object pulling. So when I disable the squirrel, I'm not detaching the bone from the squirrel. So I need to detach it. Oh, let's try and see how I can do that. So the bone can spawn here. So maybe I can. Not maybe, but let's keep track of it in here. Say pick up object. Say no. It gives me a no. That's fine. And then a no for now. And then we can just set it in here instead of using node. I don't need this. Cool. So how would I tell it to despawn? How would I go about that? Well, the agent has access to this, right? It has actions. Inside actions, it has an array of these things. So what I can do, let's write another function here, call it dispose or whatever, and I'll like to iterate through all these objects for action and actions. And in here, maybe it calls this on dispose as well. I could create a dispose function in action. And then here in actions, when it despawns, it calls dispose. When the squirrel despawns, that will call dispose, which then iterates through all these actions and dispose anything here. So let's go to that action, or I may need to even go to the base action first. Yeah, so let's go to the base action and just put a dispose in here, pass for now. And then it'll be overwritten in here, which then dispose. And I can go to the pickup object and say if pickup object, then go to the global pool manager, despawn, which is the scheme path and the node itself. And then I'll set this back to null. Or just set it outside. Okay. I think that should do it. Let's put a print error. Let's see if it's even going in this disposing bone. All right, I'll delete it afterwards. So I just want to see if it's going in there. All right, let's test it out. All right, squirrely. I probably wanted this tree trunk down here. It's fine by me. Let's go. It picks up the bone. And there we go. Cool. And this going in there. Nice. Go. All right, let's remove this. All right. So now that I'm despawning all that, the next thing I would like to fix is the the direction of the squirrel, because it's always going forward, but it's not switching to other directions either. And that's because I don't have the sprite for it. And I know I can flip it in the sprite to D. But then I have to take account for other things. So if I were to just flip the sprite, sometimes things get wonky if you don't set things correctly. And I had that issue at the beginning when I was working with things. So I think I just made it easier just to flip the sprite, add additional sprites, and be able to do it that way instead. and if in the future I ever do need to reduce any memory or anything, then this is one of the options that I can do, and just call flip and then fix any issues that come along with that. Or for the time being, I'm okay with creating more sprites for it. No, I don't want to create a new one. What is the... No. I don't know a shortcut key for that. A new frame. Alt and N. Okay, so it's Alt. I got a new... So let's copy this. Put it here. Oh, well, what happened here? Copy that, go in here, copy it, and then just flip it in here. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I think that's all I need to do. I mean, I can tag these and say it's just left, walk, and then right walk, and then let's export this bad boy. Work sprite sheet, that is perfect to me. Let's make sure this is in the correct place. Squirrel. Yes, please. Export, por favor. Let's save that. Put this away for now. Let's go to the squirrely. And now it's all weirded out because I need to fix this. I think there should be 6 now. All right. let's go into this animation. There's two things I need to do right now. One, I gotta fix the left to use the left one. Since now that I have that, now it's flipped that way. And another thing I need to add is to attach the mouth to be in the correct place. So if I go here, I will update its position for the mouth, add a key. Actually, no, let's delete that. Let's move it first. Can I move it without? Oh no, why is it not moving? Is this here? Because it's here. Alright, let's go back here again. Alright, so the mouth is there. We'll add a E to be in that location. And same thing for the right. We're gonna add a mouth and do the same thing. Position before I do that. Okay, perfecto. All right, so let's go to the mouth and let's move it over here and then add the key. So now it is in this location. So it's -8 and +8, which is not too bad. The scroll doesn't have melee, so I'm gonna have to delete those. Let's delete those right now. Manage animations and melee left and then melee right. All right, so let's go to the left, and this is using 3, and then from 3 it's all the way to 5. We'll add a tracking, mouth, position. We'll move the mouth be a -8. Add the position, key, I mean, a -8. And then go to the move right and do the same thing. Before I do that, let's make it positive. Cool. I'll add a key for the mouth and -3. -8. Just double checking all this right now. Positive, negative, and positive. Let's go. And let's go to the animation tree real quick. There's something I need to clean up in here. Or do I even, or should I even clean it up? I was gonna remove this attack, but maybe one day I can change these and scroll can attack something as well to defend stuff. I'll just leave it. Never mind. I'll just leave it for now. Cool. So let's test that out, shall we? Save all. Alright, let's check out the squirrel now. Maybe it will. Let's go. Oh, it's not doing the animation here. What happened there? Oh, let's see if the bone is correct when it flips it to a different direction. I gotta figure out why the other direction is not doing anything. Cool. So when it flips over and switches either left or right, the bone is positioned correctly. And now let's figure out what happened as to why the other direction is not animating. For a squirrel again, let's double check its stuff. I don't see anything wrong here. Unless it's using idle states instead. Oh, you know what? I know why. I know why. I think I know why. Oh wow, this is using this? Interesting. Okay, let's see what are you having here. I move left, move right. Okay, well, it's not that bad, but still doesn't explain why it's not walking. There's idols and stuff. Okay, that's fine. Never mind, I thought I knew why. I'm gonna have to fight it out again and see what happened. This seems fine. It looks fine. I don't see any issues here. I don't see any crazy errors on the terminal. Alright, let's look at it and we'll debug it on the hierarchy. And see what's happening there. So it does this fine, but when it turns to the left is the issue. So like right here, why is it not animating when it's on the left side? That's not what I wanted to go to. Let's go in here. Little squirrel animation player. I don't know if I'll find anything in here for it. Doesn't really tell me exactly the issue. It is moving, so I know that is true. But why is it not animating? Is the question. Oh, it has no. No, wait, that shouldn't be the problem because it should be going down on the Y. So no, never mind. That's not a problem. Interesting. Interessante. Oh, that is not the issue. Directions. Not going to idle because this is moving. But that's not. I wish I knew what current state it is in. Sadly, you can't do that while running it on runtime, which is kind of lame. Now you can't see what is its current state that it's in. Locomotion plan is 0. That makes sense. Okay. Interesting. If I were to go local real quick, or just go to the squirrel, why would it not do it? There's libraries. No description, great. Alright. We got move left. Is the sprites wrong? Well, it's 3 to 5. That's animating. It should. Interesting. Or maybe not. Yeah, that's the problem. Did I even... Hold on. Let's look at the... Are these all the same? No, they're not the same. So why is it not updating correctly? Like, it's not even updating here. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? But if I do right, yeah, that works. What the? But this one doesn't. Even though it's from 3 to 5. Did I get that correctly? On this sprite. 0, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Why does it want to change? It's there, you can see it. Interesting. I can try deleting it. There we go. That's so weird. I guess it didn't update correctly because I just moved this a little bit and it worked. That's so strange. Okay. There we go. I have no idea. Okay. That's very strange. Cool. That works. Boom, despawns. Great. Yeah, that's very strange. I don't know what happened there. Let's see. Let's add this. Let's add the script back in here again. I know I removed it last time. And it's time to add the twig in here. But let me add the skelly bone script in here first. Let's bring that back so I don't forget. Where would the skelly bone be under? Would it be in NPCs? Nope. Projectiles. No, not. I mean, it is projectile, but it's not there. Where is the skelly bone script at? Skelly bone, skelly bone. Maybe it's under actions in AI. Attacks. No, it's not there. Where's skelly bone? Where's this? Oh, wait. What was the script I was using for this? Was it just projectiles? It could have been projectiles. Actually, just the default projectile class. It has to be. Ooh, if I don't remember what was the speed on this. We'll try it again later and speed it up. Forgot what was the speed before. Because yesterday I removed it to test the skelly bone with the squirrel. And I didn't want to have the script on it, and I just forgot what Or I can look at the previous stream and see what was the speed. So I think that's what I'm gonna do next later on. So I'll leave that there. And then okay, so I got the squirrel working, and what I want to do is update the squirrel to not use the bone, but to use an actual twig. I think that'll be nice to have that in there. So right now it's just skelly bone. What is my terrible art skills right now, trying to get a new. I'm not gonna keep it in here. This is just for me making sure the twig is not too big for the squirrel. Let's put something brown so we can do something like put something simple. And maybe you can put something green in it. It looks like there's like leaves in it. Right. Put another one down here. And maybe another one in here. No, I don't like that one. No, I think those two is fine. Does it look okay? I mean, it kind of blends in, huh? If I were to do a black outline on it, I think it just starts getting too big now. Let's see how it looks. Or it can be like a, I don't know if that looks okay on that. Okay for now. Yeah, it's still a little big compared to the squirrel. Do something really smaller. That should be fine. It's just temporary for now. So let's create a new thing that's gonna be 16 by 16. I'll just copy that. I'll just put it in here. Right there. Let's delete this since I don't need you right now. And it's gonna call it twig here in case I ever need to come back to it again. Aseprite. And then we can export as a PNG output file. We'll make sure it's in the correct place. Let's go into game assets, or its environment. That's fine by me. I can save it there and export. Now that it's in here, we create a new scene. Got a node to D. And inside of here, it's going to have a sprite. And inside that sprite, we can load that twig environment twig. Cool. We'll just leave it like that. Name this twig. Save the scene. Let's go into assets, scenes. Do I have environment in here? Environments. We'll just do it here. The twig. Cool. So that's one thing done. We got added to the pool manager, which is great. I'm already here. And let's add that twig, shall we? Let's do a load under assets, scenes, environments. There's a twig. Let's do 10 of these for now. Do that, and let's also add in here. Now we have twigs in the pool manager, which is great. And now we gotta go into the squirrel and update this from Skelly Bone to use the new scene that we did with the twig. Assets, scenes, environments, and we use the twig. And we attach it to the mouth. That's great. Cool. Let's test that out and see how that looks like. Let's test that out. Go. He has a twig now. Let's go. Just waiting for a despawn. And once it despawns, we should be good to go with the squirrel for now. Nice. Sarah, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Okay. So what else do I need to deal with right now with the squirrel? Do I need anything else? Okay, I think we're good with the squirrel. So one thing we can do now is that in the actual overworld, because right now I'm in the testing, right? In the actual overworld, we can actually start using the spawners. I remember, where's that here? So now we can actually spawn animals now. So if it's not, I can change the scene path to use the, or now we can just use the squirrel for now. Yeah, so let's get the squirrel. Let's get the scene path for that. I gotta find a better way to do this so I don't have to do this all the time, but for testing purposes, I'll do it for now. So let's get the squirrel. Oh, we got a slow king here. Sarah's slow king icon and walking around. Nice. All right, okay, so let's tick that off. Let's go to NPCs. This guy's not in this one. Oh, this is a script, that's why. Okay, copy path. And let's go into C++ again, and let's replace it with the squirrel. And let's build this bad boy. Where's this? Another one, tools. Which language is good? I'm a beginner, so which language should I choose from C# and GD script? I'm having a hard time to choose. Ooh. Yeah, actually that depends on personal opinion. For me, I'm gonna be a little bit more biased and choose C# just because that's how I learned. That was a language that I started off when I first started as a beginner. 10 years ago, and that was the first language I started with, and it was pretty easy to learn C#. So I'm gonna say that and be biased about it, but honestly, GDScript is also great. It is not that difficult and it's similar to C#. Oh, I didn't build. What's going on here? Hold on. Okay, so it's running. But yeah, it's similar to C#, GDScript. So honestly, either will be fine. It depends on you. What you feel like you feel stronger with, or if you want to choose something that, hey, I never touched this language before and I want to learn it, then I suggest that can be an option and choose that one. But either one is actually, you know, pretty decent. Okay, so let's build it because I didn't build before. Hopper, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Literally, welcome to the stream. Welcome. So I'm trying to help out Sarah to choose what kind of language they can use, either C# or GDScript. And honestly, both are pretty great. You have a parrot? No, it's a rooster. It's the rooster in the background trying to waking up everybody right now. All right. Okay. Alright, so now we can actually load the overworld and test out to see how the spawning is looking like right now. Cool. Alright. Let's go into load a game. Let's choose test for right now. Oh, I forgot to put hogs in here, huh? Oh, there's squirrels around. Oh yeah, we have a squirrel up here. Let's go. We got squirrels. I wonder where it's going, but whoops, we got something going. Oh, that's right. There's gonna be some that don't have any actions. And that's what we test. So when checking here, we gotta make sure there's actually actions is populated, and then we can dispose of it. That's a good point. So let's run it again, test it out. Thanks, Hopper. Appreciate it. Appreciated. Right, give me. A procedural generation of map is possible with GDScript. Yes, it's definitely possible to a certain extent, though. If you start having like you started loading in multiple chunks of the procedural generation, like you're loading a lot, it will hinder performance a little bit. So I suggest loading in chunks in at a smaller scale. I initially had my procedural generation in GD script, and then I moved it over to C++ just because of performance issues. But I was loading, each chunk were 30 tiles, 30 by 30. So that's a pretty big chunk that I was loading in. So if you could go lower than 30, you should be fine in GD script. Unless you want to use threads and all of that, and that becomes a little bit more complicated. But oops, what happened? I was not paying attention to what I was doing. So, oh, you know what? I probably loaded a wrong theme, maybe. Did I load the wrong scene, or you know what? It can be that lag thing that was happening in the last stream on Monday when I was trying to find a tree, and because I couldn't find one, it was lagging like crazy. I think that's the problem that I'm dealing with right now. Something to look at. But once this actually stops. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna add an additional section in the behavior tree, so it goes to a different direction if it fails, and I have the scroll just move to a random location. I think I'm gonna have to just close it. That's great. Or hold on. Oh no, I don't have it. Can I attach it right now? Is that possible? I would like to break it. Is that possible to? No, it is not. Or maybe I can find it. Godot. Is it a Godot or Edenville? I don't even remember. Oh, right here. It might be this one here. Not the console. It might be this one. Let's attach it. Oh no, that was not it. That was the wrong thing to do. Let's attach it again. Oops. Yeah, there's a maybe because it's not happening in C#. I mean in C++. But there's a way to, if there's like an infinite loop or something, you can stop it like that. Maybe. I don't know if it's that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done it. There we go. All right. Did it without actually restarting the entire thing. All right, so what I want to do, if that is the issue, is to where's wildlife NPC. The problem is that it keeps going to the same node, right? So I was thinking of adding another one, a sequence. And what we can do, let's see what we can do with this guy. What we can do is probably randomize the position. Select random nearby pause. What does that even mean? So that's it to there, but where does it start off at? Oh, the current age's position, okay. No, not exactly what I want to do. No, cancel. I want to delete this. Let's go with that's the other one, I think. It's one of these. There we go. This is the one I was looking forward to. I gotta change the name on that to make it a little bit more clearer. Alright, so I want to use a nearby position and use I thought we added a variable here last time. Didn't we add a starting position here? Wait a minute. What's going on? Give me one moment. Excuse me. I remember adding a start position in the last stream. Don't tell me I have two different. Yeah, it's not there no more. Fun. Let's manage that. What was the name of it actually? Hold on, let's look at the agent script real quick. Because I added this last time, somehow it just disappeared. Because it's making sure that this is the correct one. And it's a vector 2. Let's save everything. Okay. So now that that's there, we can go to Limbo AI again. Starting position is there now. So I want to get a random position within this starting node here, and let's make it. Let's do 128. I want it to like move out pretty far. And then tried it out. And then once this is done, it will try it again and go back up here and see if it can actually do it. Otherwise, it's going to redo it again until it is. But as long as it's doing this, it's not triggering this like crazy. This is very expensive. And then we can save it into patrol pause. And then we can move to patrol pause. Let's move. Where's the move? There we go. With the distance of make it 4. Okay. And then we can even add like once it reaches that location, we can do a random wait between 1 or 2 seconds, and that's it. All right, let's try this out and see if it doesn't lag. All right, let's go to tests. If it keeps lagging again, then that's the problemo that I need to deal with later. And it looks like it is. That's crazy. And the video right now, if I can attach it, now it won't tell me where exactly the problem is. Wait for program to respond. I'll just close it. Hold on, let's delete this for the time being. And let's run it again. That's crazy. Just don't forget to add it back. I'm gonna have to figure out different approaches if that is the problem then. Yeah, that's definitely the problem. That is definitely the problem. Alright. Okay, let's add it back. Let's look into here then. Anything that I can do and fix this issue here. So right now I'm going here. If there's no notes in that group, then it returns a failure. If I get a random node that is null or not valid, it returns a failure. And then I say if it should be approachable, and it does this while loop, which is where I'm thinking is the problem. I do have a break counter, and it goes here, at least tries it 100 times. If it doesn't find anything, then it breaks. It then goes and checks to see if this point is valid, which then just checks all the sides. The problem that I can think of is in, where is it at? Oh no, it's not in here, never mind. I was thinking of something else. And tries out all the directions to see if it's valid, and then returns false if it doesn't find anything. So as long as it keeps going down here, it checks to see if this node is valid, and if it's not, it returns a failure. And that break counter is there. And then once it's out, if it's less than or equal to 0, that means it returns a failure because they couldn't find anything. And then this other one, I think I gotta create my own thing. There's an issue with this get nodes in group is that it returns any nodes in that group that matches the group name, but it returns even the ones that are not visible. And that's what I'm doing here, because I only want the visible ones. And since I'm doing object pooling, it returns those that are in the pool, and I don't want that, so that's why I'm checking to see if it's visible and filtering those out. And that's crazy, especially in the overworld. There might be a whole bunch of trees, lots of trees. So I may have to find a way to keep track of this separately. But one thing I do not like about this script that I wrote is this while loop. And inside this function, it also has another while loop. But it has break counter in it, which is why I think it should be okay. So while it's not visible, I think that shouldn't be a problem. Look at this node, random int. If this node is not visible and break counter is greater. Then he just keeps trying to find a random node in that location. But I don't think it's even going in here actually. Because this nodes and group is, I filter all to be visible. So this is not even going in here at all. So I can actually delete this. Yeah, I should be fine deleting this while loop. Okay, so that's one less while loop that I have to deal with right now. The last anatomy Bender, welcome to the stream. Can you explain a bit what kind of game you're making and stuff? Yeah. Let's see. Try not to expose the story too much, but this is definitely inspired by Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, a bit of Minecraft because of procedural generation. And basically you end up moving away with your father into a farm that you end up finding, and when you moved into this farm you start encountering things that like it doesn't make sense, and you're trying to figure out what happened in the past, and you uncover what's going on with clues that go along that you end up finding, talking to the villagers, and you try to figure out what happened to the initial farm and why it's in the current state that it's in, and then you try to figure out how to make the village in a good place and making it where it used to be, where it was thriving before, and then something happened where everything went to crap, I guess. Like the farm and everything started dying down, and then you're just trying to fix it up and figure out what happened in the past. That's the best that I can do without spoiling the story. But yeah, you can be with your father, you can have special events with your father in the story. Let's see, Hooper. Nested wild loops, dangerous. Yeah, I know. I don't like it at all. But I removed one of them now. And I'm trying to figure this out. Figure out why this is crashing on me right now. But yeah, continue with what I said earlier. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this issue right now at the same time, trying to give you explain the game a little bit. But what you're going to be doing in this game, you're going to be farming, you're going to be exploring caves and dungeons. There could be enemies around, or you can you can avoid if you wanted to, or you can attack them if you want. There's gonna be fishing. I definitely not going to be using anything AI in here. No AI voices. I dislike that. I don't want to sound like roboty or anything like that. No plans on AI. Okay, so now that I've removed this other while loop in here, let's clean this up in here. Get random nodes. If it fails, then it does a while loop. And then check to see if this point is valid, which we just checked earlier. If it's not valid, to go into that because the A star cannot reach it. And it goes into this while loop, and we'll keep going until it doesn't reach the break counter. And I'll keep trying to find a random node at least 100 times before it breaks out. Another thing is, I think what I should do is to keep track of this for at least once, because it's doing this every single time, grabbing all the nodes and filtering out, and doing that in the while loop is gonna it's not great. So that's one thing. So let's clean that up then. Let's create a node on top and call it visible nodes in group, which is going to be an array of nodes, right? And this is a BT action, so it should have a function for entering for the first time. And be able to do this on top, so I don't have to do this all the time. And my headphones died, which is great. Oh no, there we go, never mind. The music just died for whatever reason, but it came back. All right, so we got this. So when we enter it for the first time, we go in here, we then filter it out. And now I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need this function anymore. And then just fix the other errors to use this one instead. I think even I can improve it even further and maybe create a class or a manager that manages this, because every NPC is gonna have this node array. But let's do it one little steps at a time. We get this, and for whatever reason, if the size is 0 at this point, there's nothing here, returns failure. Get random thing, random that. Instead of doing this nodes, we then use this instead. Okay, so let's try this out. Definitely improved it a little bit. I can improve it further and do what I said earlier. So, but let's try this out and see how this looks like. Let's see if it still crashes or it just freezes. Cool. Let's find out. Let's go back to Limbo AI, going here. All right, everything looks fine. All right, here's the test right now. Let's see what happens. All right, it went through this time. All right, so we have this squirrely over here. Fixes a little bit of the Y sorting here, a little bit on this squirrely on top. And more spawned. Lots of life happening now. Before it was super empty, and now we have hogs. We got everything. Bam. Oh, I gotta add so it actually does damage to me. I haven't done that yet for the spinning attack of this hog. But I love that spinning attack. Oh, they keep spawning, huh? Oh, you know what? Is it because I'm changing chunks? Yeah, it's because I'm changing chunks. Okay. I'm hitting that chunk look, and it's spawning every time I pass it. But if I zoom out, every time it changes to a different chunk, it spawns new. That's great. Well, this is definitely a bug I gotta fix. For the time being, that's fine. There's so many hogs. Oh jeez. Luckily they're not doing damage to me yet, because I haven't added it. Oh man. Everybody's trying to roll attack me right now. Whoa. Hey, with this song actually makes it a lot better. Oh jeez. Hogs everywhere. What other stuff do I have in here in my inventory? I don't have anything crazy right now. Whoa. I would like to try out the, let's add item tool torch. We got a torch now. Okay, there's nothing really happening with the torch right now. Whoa. This turned into a vampire survivor. Oh jeez. I think one thing that would be cool to have here is that even if I have a torch, maybe not with the heavy sword. Heavy sword needs 2 hands to be able to use it. Never mind. I was hoping that I can use this, the torch, and then a one-handed attack or something. Because right now you're not able to do anything, and then it becomes too dark if I don't have it on. But all these guys are diminishing now. Cool. They're all gone now. Some scrolls are kind of like stuck behind stuff. Some things I gotta clean up right now. Cool. Alright, so some still minor things that I gotta clean up there, but now it's not. I mean, you know, let's try it one more time. Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it was a fluke, guys. Let's see if we can load in again. Cool. No more freezes, at least, unless it's not being no, it's not lying to me right now. But I fixed that freeze by doing some optimizations there. I can further optimize the script for it though, and move this over to a manager class or something, so not every NPC is doing this. But cool, awesome. So things to tweak is to fix. Ooh, this guy's already attacking me. There's some of the scrolls were getting stuck in areas, so I need to fix those. I need to fix so that, ooh, look at this guy. So, where are you going? Oh, there we go. Done. Went back home. So the other thing I need to fix is that when I go to a new chunk of the procedural generation, it respawns the NPCs. So right now it's gonna spawn them again. Bam, spawn and spawn again. So I need to fix that. Some things to take notes. All right. But cool. Actually, it looked pretty good with this music. It was actually pretty fun. Actually, the one last thing I would like to try is add item. I forgot the name. Weapon dagger iron is the name of it, I think. I forgot. Yes, it is. This is the other weapon that I have that's actually much easier than the heavy sword. The heavy sword you use 2 hands, but with the other one you use just one. The dagger, because it's smaller, right? So I can attack and move at the same time. So you can attack and move at the same time, but when it comes to a heavy sword, you can't do that. Yeah, it just stops. But with the dagger, you're a little bit more agile. And you can also run and attack too, if you wanted to. But cool. Actually, let's I guess that did not work. I forgot the name. What was the command for it? I forgot what was the command for changing the time. I thought it was set time, and I set it to... Oh, there it is. I just had it wrong. Cool. I think that's about it. That's about it. Let's go to the Trello board real quick. I would like to add those bugs in there before I forget. So going into a different chunk, we'll respawn NPCs. NPCs being stuck on corners, or not corners, but being stuck and moving in place. I think that's the best thing I can do right now for that, so I don't forget adding those things in there. All right then, guys, I'm gonna have to call it now. It's a little earlier, but got some things I got to do right now. But thank you guys for being here and enjoying this, being here with me and working on these bugs, adding features and all of that. I appreciate you guys for being here or watching this if you're watching this in the future. We'll continue and see where we left off, leave off for the next stream on Friday. Hopefully I can do this on the off screen so we don't have to do it on Friday, but we'll see how it depends on how busy I get. But anyways, yeah, hope you guys have a great day today, and I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, no problem, Hopper. Appreciate you.